wasn't here for that first game, but I've seen it. I've seen the whole game on the tube, and it was decision-making down the stretch that lost them the game, really. And you could say exactly the same thing happened against Estonia as well. They lost that one 78-69. They had the game, and a couple of turnovers at the end, a couple of big shots from Estonia as well, and of course the Estonian crowd made the difference. Could not understand why they had a player, Krilo Vashenko, on the bench in the dying minutes of that game. That was just an amazing situation. However, their quick-fire guard, Jerome Randall, in the press conference afterwards, he said he would have been happy not scoring any points at all and winning the game. He scored 22 and lost. Such as his desire to win. Well, the team's being introduced to the fans here at this wonderful Riga arena. And as ever, we'll stand in respect of both teams' national anthems.
The national anthem of Ukraine. And now, national anthem of Latvia, Latvia's valsts hymn.
Well, Latvia won this competition when it was staged in Geneva in 1937, 78 years ago. Who's to say, with this crowd behind them, they're not going to do that again. Such passion in this wonderful arena. Our three referees have a Spaniard, a Serb, and an Icelandic fella. So they're the Ukrainian lineup. Just wonder, Linda, did Jerome Randall start in the first two games? I wasn't here for them. He didn't start in the third game, and that may have cost them.
Well, it's interesting bringing him off the bench. He had a big game, 22 points, but he was allowed to play to his strengths. He's a scorer. He likes to get out on the break. He didn't have to facilitate, but that really hurt the team because Vashenko, their big guy in the middle, he needs the ball. He didn't get the ball last game. They've got to go to him right away. Randall's starting. He's got to run the team, make sure the big guy gets some touches today.
Yeah, Randall is the naturalized Ukrainian, replacing the legendary Fujita, and they're the Latvian lineup. On the way here from Stockholm to Riga on the airplane. I read in a magazine a great interview with Janis Blums. And not starting, but the legend of Latvian basketball. Okay, he's averaging 8 points a game, but it always seems to me that when Coach Bergatsis needs a three, looks down the bench, Janis, get in there, get me a three-pointer. Played for Panathinaikos this season. And, what a wonderful serve he's been to Latvian basketball over the years. There's a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. Gini Mirzin, coach to Ukraine, 0-3. No one wants that record. And there's Enos Bergatsis, coach to Nizhny Novgorod in the EuroLeague this year. And I was, okay, didn't get to the latter stages of the EuroLeague, but I was so impressed with his coaching. And I remember one game in particular against Anadolu Efes. His team, Nizhny Novgorod, had scored 65 points at half-time. And a great Efes Pilsen team just blown off the floor. Sadly, they couldn't repeat that too many times, but great coach and a great former player as well, Enos Bergatsis. What a shooter he was when he played for Latvia.
And I think the keys here today, if we're talking about this Ukrainian team, they've got to get the ball inside, and they've got to get it inside early. They've got to silence this crowd. Vashenko, he got in foul trouble in the first game. He didn't touch the ball in the second game. We saw what he did against Valančiūnas from Lithuania. Had a huge double-double against him. If he can get Berzins in the foul trouble, who's really struggled, the Latvian center, he's averaged over 4 fouls a game in the first 3 games. If they can get him off the court, it's going to be positive for Ukraine. For Latvia, on the other end, they've got to get their guards going. If Bertens is hitting, if Blums is hitting, if Shelniks is playing well, and he's hitting a shot from outside, they become a very good balanced team.
Well, at the start of this tournament, it was rumoured that Vashenko was not in the best of shapes. Saw him in that huddle there just before the start of the game. Having something to clear his head. I hope he's not got a head cold or something like that. If he's fully fit, then he's going to give Latvia an awful lot of problems. There he is, the big guy. Fouled out against Lithuania. That was possibly the turning point in that game. They lost that one by 1 point. Fouled out in 26 minutes on the floor. So here we go. The second game on day 4 in Group D, Eurobasket 2015. It is Latvia in white and Ukraine in blue. And it's Latvia who win the opening tip. And they make the first score as well.
A great pass there from Tima. He recognized that Vashenko had his head turned. Beautiful ball, right on the money. Easy layup for Berzins.
Five on the shot clock for Ukraine.
And these are the situations when Randall takes over. He has the ability to score against everybody, to get by anybody. If he can get the ball and go one-on-one with just 5 seconds on the clock, Ukraine is going to have a shot to score here.
Vashenko inside for the miss, and the rebound by Roland Primanes.
He missed, but you saw what he can do. The great footwork to go right, spin back to his left. Just missed the easy layup.
And Latvia goes 5-0. Strelnieks.
And you got to love that, passing up a semi-open shot for a wide-open shot.
Again, the rebound for Latvia, and it's Darius Bertans. super confidence from Latvia as Yanis Tima goes inside and lays it up left-handed.
And you gotta like the way he's playing. He's a bit of a loose cannon, a lot of talent, sometimes doesn't make the best decisions, but 2 points, 2 assists already.
And the first score for Ukraine is a 3. And it's Alexander Lipovic.
And that's what Randall gets you. He can break down a defense essentially whenever he wants, get into the heart of the defense, and find the open man.
And a big rebound there for Lushenko. Well, another 3. Ukraine right back in it, trailing by 1 now.
Lipovic's been a little anonymous in this tournament so far. He's got a lot of talent. Big-time shooter when he gets it going. 2 for 2 so far.
Well, what a steal, and 2 points as well. 2 points for Berzans, and that's a sloppy turnover against Ukraine. That's called picking his pocket. Randall with 2 on the shot clock. And Ukraine get the rebound.
And that drives a coach mad. You play great defense for 24 seconds, and then you give up the offensive rebound, and you got to do it for another 24.
Randall gets his scoring moving.
And he's got a lot to prove. As you said, he's filling big shoes. Jeter not playing this year, a legend in Ukrainian basketball.
Well, in that press conference the other night, Randall was almost in tears, having lost. But there's another big 3 for Latvia. And again, it's Yanis Tima, his first 3, but 5 points in his total now.
So much talent. He was drafted 2 years ago into the NBA. His rights are now held by the Orlando Magic. Traded for Luka Ridnour this summer. One of many times Luka Ridnour was traded.
Kasper Berzans is doing a great job denying Pashenko inside. Well, and there's a foul on the play. It's Pashenko, I think. And it's back against this there, just having a word with Chino.
There you see Zaitsev with the miss, and then the silly foul. No reason to foul 94 feet from the hole, but you'd love to see Zaitsev get going if you're a Ukrainian fan. He hasn't played well since the first game. He can shoot it from outside, he can put it on the floor, he can do a lot of things for this team. Great defense here.
Well, despite the good defense, nice kiss off the glass for Berzans. Ukraine being very patient. Well, they were until then, and the fadeaway shot is good.
And that's a gorgeous move by Lipovic. Step back with the left hand, got his just enough space, used his body, and knocked it out.
Rebound for Randall, smallest player in the tournament, or this group tournament anyway. He says 5'9". Other people say 5'8". Oh, lovely pass from Randall. And Pashenko glares at the official, but there was no foul there until the reach-in by Lipovic.
Beautiful pass, though. Ukraine's played well offensively so far. They haven't got the ball down to Pashenko. Here you see him with the miss down low. They haven't had him isolated one-on-one situations to try and get Berzans into foul trouble, because that's been the Achilles heel for Latvia so far, is foul trouble.
And Klistotvanov on for Ukraine, number 4. Lovely move. A nice little turnaround from Yanis Tima again.
I'll tell you what, Tima is having himself a game so far today. 7 points, 2 assists. He was really inconsistent the first 3 games, but he showed up today.
Well, Latvia thought they got a deflection there, in the form of Roland Frimanis. No such luck. Everything going well for Latvia at the moment, but the fact of the matter is they're only leading by 6 with 4 to go in the first quarter. That's a good block. And the man who got his hands on the ball there, Kaspars Berezans. And here go Ukraine on the break, and the foul. I don't think that was a tactical foul, just a little bit clumsy by Berezans.
Latvia misses the shot there, but you like the offense. Bring the ball from one side to the other, pick and roll on both sides. Make Ukraine play defense. Make those big guys move their feet. A huge front line. See if they can hedge on those pick and rolls and stop these Latvian guards.
And the legend of Latvian basketball is on for the first time tonight, Jānis Blūms. I was about to say that's a great move, but Tushenko can't finish it off.
He missed the shot, but great hands just to catch
Absolutely.
that ball. Wow.
Almost a telescopic arm there to snag the ball. Nobody on the glass there for Latvia. Plushenko, that now surely this time that's goaltending, yeah? So Plushenko, his first score of the night. So
and here you see great pass down low, Plushenko with the left hand. Berezans just a little bit too late. You love to see Plushenko get going if you're a Ukraine fan, because he has to get going. He's the key to this team. When he played well in the first game, they played shot for shot against Lithuania.
Timmer out, Latvia's leading scorer on 7 points. Don't think he'll be out for long though. And the rebound. Wow. Ukraine turned the ball over.
Stepped out of bounds as well as Lipovi's played on offense. He's got to have a little more court awareness in that situation.
And Lipovi comes out. He will be replaced by Alexander Mishula. Yeah, Ukraine know all about the prowess of Jānis Blūms from the arc. Just under 2.5 to go in the first quarter, and Randall pulls up and misses, and there's a foul, and it is against Ukraine. Clearly saw. Yeah, that's Emilio Perez, the referee, said you can't use your elbows like that.
But you like that offensively for Ukraine. Get Randall on one side of the court, a pick and roll immediately down, give him a chance to run at the defense and do what he does best.
That's a good recovery from Blūms. Latvia haven't scored for a while. They still haven't scored. Here goes Randall. Well, another turnover by Ukraine. That's a travel on the halfway line. Just a little over-anxious on the break, Latvia. And coming in for Latvia, number 31. So that is Painters, rather.
This is where Latvia got into a lot of trouble in the first 3 games, because they have essentially one ball handler on the team in Strelnieks. When he comes out of the game, they really struggle to get into offense, to create shots. Painter's not a natural ball handler. Blūms he's a shooter. He doesn't really want to have to create for other guys.
That shot was blocked.
Ukraine just can't take advantage of their solid defense on one end.
There's a foul, there's a holding foul, and an apology. Marek Smoyeris there. He's got a little hand in the face.
You see
there
the
it
foul.
is. Coach Merzin, as anxious as ever. The end-line ball, Latvia. No one else but Yanis Blooms gets his scoring moving. And that was with a man in his face as well.
And he can really shoot it. Remember, 51% in the qualifying last year from 3. He's been doing that his entire career.
Lushenko inside. Misses off the glass. That's a great hustle as well, stopping the ball going out of bounds. Suddenly, it's a 9-point lead, and then Latvia lose the ball. 38.5 seconds remaining. First half, Latvia by 7, and we have a timeout.
Here you see the play. Just careless there by the Jarris.
Latvia leads Ukraine by 7. Let's listen to Coach Merzin of Ukraine. Well, it's a 7-point lead for Latvia. Ukraine have had opportunities. It could have been tied. They've banged the ball inside a few times, and Lushenko, 2 points at the moment. He's had at least 3 shots. Normally, he would bury that man, Yanis Blooms. 1 shot, 3 points.
And I think Ukraine has actually played well offensively. They've gotten all the right shots. Here you see the press by Latvia. They just haven't finished.
Now they have. They've reduced the areas to 5. And they've taken Jerome Randall out of the game at the end of this first period. Shot clock and game clock separated by about 5 seconds. Four on the shot clock, you've got to throw it up. Well, I was about to say that's not the best option, a fadeaway off-balance shot, but it went in to restore the 7-point lead for Latvia over Ukraine after 1 quarter. So their confirmation is Latvia 21, Ukraine 14, and Angos Bagatsis consults his assistant Arthur Solbergs with a degree of confidence. So 3 3-pointers for Latvia, 2 for Ukraine. No one beat the foul line yet. Rebounds dead even. Latvia having a better passing game. And just 1 foul in 10 minutes by Latvia.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here you see Tima with the opening score of the game, the beautiful pass inside the Bergmans. He likes it. And Giannis Tima, again with the pass. He was fantastic in the first quarter. He's been very inconsistent so far in this tournament. He's kind of the wild card. When he plays well, Latvia plays well. We said it though, Ukraine, they did everything right offensively. Sometimes the shots just don't go down. They got it inside to Lushenko, Randall with a couple open looks. The difference is Latvia, they're knocking down their shots. Berzins with a beautiful move there. Again, Tima, the easy layup.
look of astonishment on the face of Engos Bagatsis, the coach of Latvia.
I think if you're Ukraine, you just keep playing your game. If you're Coach Bagatsis, you say, guys, we're doing everything right. Just keep getting it inside to Vashenko. We think he's got a mismatch here. You see Painters at the end of the half. When you put Randall on the bench, as we've seen throughout this tournament, Ukraine actually moves the ball better. It goes from one side to the other. Vashenko has better looks.
So here we go, beginning of the second quarter, Ukraine in possession, needing to win. They lose, then they have no further interest other than pride on day 5. That's tomorrow. Can't get the ball into the big guy. And Yanis Blums chases down the loose ball.
Again, good offense led to a wide open shot. Ukraine's just got to keep plugging away.
Oh, great boards, eventually steal by Ukraine. Lukashov now at the point. That's a tough shot, and I think Vashenko actually got a fingertip on that.
I think he did, and that's going to build his confidence a little bit. But you see a different look with Lukashov in the game as opposed to Randall.
Not again, surely. Not this time from Yanis Blums.
You know, every shot he takes, you think it's going to go in.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter if he's fading away from 30 feet. He's that good a shooter.
Didn't get much court time at Panathinaikos this year. Blums. Now that was tipped, surely. So Ukraine possession in line with 7 on the shot clock. Vashenko, Kostov, Benov. That's good boxing out from Latvia. Foul. Yeah, over the top, over the bank. Foul by Kornienko.
Latvia has to be patient. They know when they move the ball from one side to the other, the height of Ukraine isn't going to be such an advantage because the big guys are then going to have to move. They're going to have to play defense. They're going to have to hedge on the pick and rolls, and that's been a problem for Ukraine throughout the tournament.
Easy rebound there for Kornienko. Off-balance shot, and Vashenko is being well and truly held in there.
And they've got to get the ball inside to Vashenko. We keep saying it like a broken record, but that really is the key for this Ukraine team. Either Vashenko's got to work harder, or the other players have to work harder to get it in there.
Vashenko there on the right, number 8. He's definitely huffing and puffing a bit. Looks somewhat out of shape. You're saying that the whole tournament. Nice pass inside to him, surely, and this time he will go to the foul line. I think this is the first shooting foul we've had in the game so far, with 7:41 to go in the first half.
And he is a beast down there. When he gets it under the hoop, you've got to either foul or essentially give up the layup. His footwork is so good, he can score it with the right or the left. Remember, he played 3 years. Vashenko did with the Utah Jazz, averaged just over 2 points a game.
Nowadays, he's playing for Lokomotiv Kuban Krasnodar, and he misses the first.
Good for Latvia. They've kept Berzins on the bench. He's not in foul trouble for the first time in this tournament in the first quarter. They've allowed the other guys to go up against Vashenko, wear him out a little bit. As you see him knock down the second free throw.
It just seems as though Latvia are in control at the moment, but the fact of the matter is they're only leading by 4. So at the moment, I think Ukraine might be reasonably happy. And at the moment, it's the Ukraine defense doing a great job. And that is Ukraine possession.
Absolutely, and without Strelniks, the point guard from Latvia, on the court, they really struggle to get into the right sets and to get the right guys the ball. We've seen that throughout the tournament. Bertens, he's not a natural ball handler. Janicic, he's not a natural ball handler. They've got to figure out a way to get the right guys the ball in the right situations.
Well, Ukraine have had 1 timeout. Latvia haven't had one yet. I just wonder, if Ukraine score now, will Coach Bogatskis be thinking, let's talk things over?
Oh, that is
well, that is a magic move, absolute magic. Great footwork, as you were saying. Linda, the guy's got super feet.
Super feet for a guy his size, unbelievable.
Well, you never know. Is there a timeout coming? And there's the foul to stop the break. Smart foul there by Yanis Blums. An anxious looks down the Lithuanian bench. Sorry, the Latvian bench. I'm talking about getting my Baltic nations mixed up. 2-point game, and Ukraine have possession. This is the quietest I've heard. The Riga crowd.
That's the difficulty playing here. 1 long three-pointer, and all of a sudden the place will go crazy.
Oh, no rebounders there. That's not what Ukraine need, really. Off-balance fadeaway shots with no rebounders there. Especially as Latvia score immediately. That's a 4-point play, really. And there's a degree of frustration on the face of Lukashov, the guard now for Ukraine. Oh, great rebound. Did you use the word beast, Linda?
Yeah, if you're a coach, you say, just go up there and try and stuff that thing. At worst, you're going to get yourself fouled and go to the line.
And the foul, it's the shooting foul.
Good, strong move by Mashula. We haven't said his name much. Remember, he was the 2nd leading scorer in the World Cup last year. He has the ability to shoot it from outside, and of course, as you see, take it straight to the hole.
On the foul line for Ukraine is Alexander Mashula. Makes it a 3-point game.
And it's key to get him going because his outside ability, that's going to open things up for the interior.
One from 2, and there's a foul on the play. And it is against Latvia's number 6, Roland Romanis.
You know, we've seen a lot of loose ball fouls on rebounds in this tournament. Referee's really calling it closely.
Now, the referee's just consulting as to, I think, whether the team that committed the foul was in control of the ball. No, they weren't.
Ukraine now 2 for 5 on the free throw line.
Maxim Kornienko steps back on the foul shots. The golden rule on foul shooting, stay in your footprints.
I'll tell you what, though, Ukraine's got to feel really good about where they are right now.
Yeah. Remember, if they lose their outs, tomorrow's game will be dead. We don't want any dead games here in Riga. We're not supporting either team, of course, but we don't want any dead games. Oh, beautiful pass from Blums. Berzins is stripped. And the Ukrainian player saying, I didn't touch it, you know. You know what? There was the slightest contact there on the ball.
That was beautiful offense from one side to the other for Latvia. Blooms came off, the defense all ran to Blooms, and he was able to dump it off to Berzins, who probably should have finished that situation.
6 on the shot clock now. That's goodness me. Oh my goodness me. Janis Blooms. He was almost in the front row there.
Is there anybody in Europe with a quicker release than Janis Blooms?
A quick answer, I can't think of anybody. Pashenko.
And there it is for Ukraine. This is what they need.
And the response is immediate. It's back to a 2-point game.
We talked about it. If Mashula can get going, the inside-outside between him and Pashenko is deadly.
And that was a great angle then. He was almost, well, he was on the baseline. He released that shot. Well, it's a game of 3-point shots from the corners at the moment. Latvia's number 9, Darius Bertans.
And be careful if he gets
the 3.
Be careful if he gets going. Remember, he had 26 against eventual champion France in the last Eurobasket.
Pashenko inside. Little reverse layup, lovely move. It's back to a 3-point game.
And good control by him not to go barreling into Berzins, and good job by Berzins not to give up the foul.
Well, I tell you what, he is. Look at number 8, Pashenko of Ukraine. He really is gasping for air out there. He's trying to slow things. He's looking at the bench.
And Latvia knows that they're going right after him in pick and roll situations.
Randall back in for Ukraine, replacing Denis Lukashov. And Latvia on the foul line. I think the first time tonight with 4:06 to go in the first half, leading by 3. 6 points now to Bertans.
Bertans hasn't had a great tournament so far. He plays in Spain for Bilbao during the club season, but he's a guy who can do it from inside. He can go to the hole. And he's such a great compliment for Janis Blooms.
Randall, to my mind, the quickest player here in Riga in this tournament. We've not seen too much evidence of that quickness yet, though. To Pashenko, that combination again, and he's been held. Yeah, saying to Pashenko, if you're going to score, it's got to be from the line.
And that's Berzin's second. Remember, he had 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game in each of the first three games. So for him, this is almost a moral victory just to stay on the floor. He's so important to what Latvia does offensively because he can shoot it from outside as well as he can score from inside.
The Man Mountain, Krilo Pashenko. Again, 1 from 2, but the rebound and the 2. It's back to a 2-point game. Well, Ukraine have never led, but they must feel pretty good about themselves at the moment. And another 3, and the crowd celebrate again. Look at that second chance points. Well, Ukraine 7-0.
Key for Ukraine is just to keep the crowd out of this game as much as possible.
And another foul. They're going to put him on the line again.
And just as we said, good job by Berzin to stay on the court without fouling. He picks up his 3rd foul.
I'm trying to think of a word that rhymes with Pashenko, because this is almost hack-a-shack time. Every time he gets the ball inside, he has someone who is going to stop him scoring at all costs. Well, he hit the first last time he was here. He's done the same again. Let's see if he can improve the situation. No, he can't. Again, 1 from 2.
Now 5 for 10 for Ukraine in the free throw line in this game.
3 to go, first half. It's a 3-point game. And the rebound, a huge rebound there for Kornienko.
Big time rebound.
And a big time turnover. Here go Latvia on the break. And wait for the Cavalry to arrive. There's the foul. I'm not sure that foul was necessary, actually.
I agree. You know, sometimes to prevent a fast break, you're not actually preventing a fast break. You're just giving up a foul.
Yeah.
Latvia would have had to pull it out in that situation and run an offense anyway.
Bagatis with an anxious look up at the scoreboard. So now Ukraine on 3 team fouls. And now they're on 4 team fouls, and the same guy. That's Alexander Lipovi. 2 fouls in quick succession. The clock hardly moved.
And we like this lineup for Latvia a lot in the last game. Without Berzins in the game, Freemanis, Myers playing, the ball seemed to move a lot more. It was a lot more fluid action, particularly with Strelnik's back end.
Lipovi out on 3 fouls, replaced by Putsonov. Shot clock 5. Pull-up jump shot, and it's back to a 5-point game.
That is pure quality. Nothing you can do about that. One dribble pull-up in your face. Big-time shot.
Randall with a little crossover, and the 2 for Kushenko.
He is really warming up and getting into this game. He's forced to play a lot of minutes because he's so valuable to Ukraine.
Yeah, that's it. Can he last until late in the 4th period, Kushenko? Well, there for the rebound.
And you see Latvia, they want to attack Pashenko in the pick and roll. That time Pashenko did a good job defensively.
That's an off-balance shot which goes in. Timeout, Latvia. Wow, what a shot. Feet all over the place. Fading away, falling over, and he buries the 2. Here we go, here's the replay. How did that go in? Mishula reminding me very much of the shot that Matthew Leweski hit when Belgium beat Lithuania. Almost changed hands and it went in off the glass. But it's a 1-point game.
But we said it before, Ukraine, they've got to feel really good about where they are right now, only down 1 point. And they played very well offensively, missed easy shots early on. They're starting to put it together right now, but they've got to hit their free throws.
Ukraine, 7 offensive rebounds. And 4 of them. Well, 4 rebounds for the big guy there, number 8, who's huffing and puffing an awful lot.
We talked about it though, you wonder if Pashenko can last.
Just remind our viewers that if Latvia win, then it's not a guarantee of qualification for Lille in the 2nd round. Take them a long way there, but if Ukraine win, that's still alive. Just. There's a long way to go. Still a minute and a half in the first half. That's very close to a 5-second call.
Oh, what a pass.
Lovely. The disguise on the pass.
What a gorgeous pass by Strelnik. Myers there in the right place to lay it in with the left hand.
And again, Ukraine hit to stay within 1. And crucial stage of play now in the last minute of the first half. Ukraine have taken Pashenko out for a long breather.
So much more fluidity to Ukraine's game today than we've seen in the last 2 days.
This is good defense from Good defense, but poor defensive rebounding from Ukraine. And the little baby hook makes it a 3-point game again.
There you see the rebound, right place at the right time from Freemanis. Good job by Maderas just to keep it alive. Get your hand on it. You don't have to rebound it, just keep it alive.
So timeout Ukraine, their last timeout of the first half, 22 seconds remaining. And it is Latvia 39, Ukraine 36.
Stay alone on the basket. Not just reach and push them out from the basket.
Well, I'm not exactly certain that Jerome Randall could understand what coach was saying there. He was nodding, but I don't know what his language skills are like. Well, the 2-point shooting percentage is pretty close there, as indeed is the game, of course. Not quite a packed house here in the Riga Arena. There are a few empty seats, but must be 10,000 here, I reckon.
You know, a smart coaching move here. Bring Pashenko back in for the last offensive possession. Run the clock down. See if you can get a two-man game between him and Randall.
So Ukraine probably wants to make sure Latvia don't get another shot in the half. If they can make a 3, great. But as you say, Linda, probably going inside to the big guy. Well, they're going inside to the little guy instead. Who scores? Randall scores, and that is timeout Latvia. It's a 1-point game.
Here you see Randall. Beautiful play by the coach. Brings Pashenko to screen, and then he runs away from it. Completely confuses the defense. Randall with the right hand, great finish.
Only Randall's second score, but he's taken his team, Ukraine, to within 1 with 3.3 seconds remaining in the first half. Rather an angry coach Bagatzis there.
And what do you do here, coach? Do you get one of your shooters coming off a screen? Do you have enough time? Do you go one-on-one? You try and throw it in for a quick post-up? Well, there's a lot of options, especially with 3.2 seconds. Remember, Sema, who played so well in the first quarter, he's back in the game. He's a good shooter with good size. Look for him to get the ball.
Well, they got 3.3 seconds. They've got to end line. They've got to get the length of the court first of all. Well, 2 words come to mind. Janice Blooms.
Looks like Blooms is not going to be in the game.
Not going to do it.
Sema taking it out down here.
The length of the floor, and almost very, very close indeed. Darius Bertans. Well, he missed the 2, but his team lead by 1 at halftime. The Ukraine trudge off to the locker room. Their record at the moment, no wins from 3 games. And Coach Bagatzis must be thinking, how on earth are Ukraine still with the possibility of getting their first win? Okay, there's still 20 minutes to go, but I reckon Ukraine coach Mirzan is the happier of the 2 coaches. Look at that rebounding, 21-14 in favour of Ukraine. And everything else is pretty close, as indeed is the scoreboard. Bertans, leading scorer and rebounder for Latvia. Pashenko, leading scorer. And Kunienko, number 12 for Ukraine, doing a good job on the boards. Well, there's a crowd here at the Riga Arena when their way to the bar or the restaurant or the snack bar, watching highlights of the first half. Remember what the situation is here in Group D. Latvia on 2 wins, 1 loss. Their loss was Lithuania. And Ukraine have lost all 3 games, and they know that they will have no interest, no further interest if they lose this. They'll be 0-4 with an impossible task to qualify. But if they stay alive in the group, they win this game, they could still squeeze into the last 16. Had one close game here already, in which the Czech Republic beat Belgium 66-64. So the Czech Republic are absolutely 100% certain. We don't think so anyway. It depends on other results. They're 3-1. Belgium are 2-2. If Latvia were to win this, they would go 3-1, the same record as the Czech Republic. And of course, Latvia beat the Czech Republic by 7 on day 3. So lots of ifs and buts and combinations and maybes. We're watching a man who had a great start, Janis Timmer. Got 7 very early points and then was taken out. Was overtaken in the scoring ranks. Tymoshenko of Ukraine, 11 points. Leading scorer for Latvia is Darius Bertens on 9 points. So I'll leave you with a reminder that the score at halftime is Latvia 39, Ukraine 38. Make sure you're back with us here in Riga in about 11 minutes' time.
is our heritage. Japan Airlines.
This is a game to fight yourself. Everyone is yours to glory. Volleyball two, toss and roll. Field goal Barnaby. I can play. So long. Revolutionary. Tico, T-touch expert solo. Tiso.
Welcome back to the Riga Arena. It's half-time in the second game of day 4 in Group D. And the half-time score, Latvia 39, Ukraine 38. Latvia stormed into a 7-0 lead. Now that man, leading scorer in the game, Kirilo Kushenko, 11 points, 4 rebounds. I think he may be carrying or suffering a little bit of a head cold. But once Ukraine started banging the ball inside, feeding the bear, as they say, then Kushenko was giving Latvia all kinds of problems. Ukraine have never led the But remember what the situation is in the group. Latvia, 2 wins, 1 loss. If they win this, then they will go a long way to helping them qualify for the second round in Lille, starting on Saturday. If they win, then Ukraine will have no further interest other than playing for pride on day 5. There's a very edgy, very nervous crowd here at the Riga Arena. You can just tell there's a bit of tension, a bit of stress around the arena. They don't want all the hard work that gave them 2 wins. One against Belgium, 78-67, and then that terrific win the other night against the Czech Republic, 72-65. They don't want all that hard work to go for nothing. And we've got one more game tonight, Estonia against Lithuania. That should be a cracker as well, a packed house for that. But at the moment, we're very near to starting the second half, and there are some very nervous-looking Latvian players out there. They lead by 1, but this game still could go either way.
Well, I think Ukraine has to feel very, very good about themselves right now. They're down 1 point, but Randall, he hasn't done a whole lot. Remember, he had 16 first half points last game. Lepovi, they've got him going. He had 8 points in the first quarter. They followed the game plan to perfection, hit the ball inside to Vysenko, let him score or let him create for the other guys. And they've kept the crowd out of the game most of the first half. For Latvia, they've also got to feel pretty good because they've got their guards going. That was the problem in the first couple games. Bertens has 9. Blooms hit a couple big 3-pointers. Should be interesting.
Another key factor, Vysenko, who fouled out against Lithuania the other night in 26 minutes. Vysenko, no fouls as yet, 17 minutes.
Well, it's worth noting that Bertens is starting the second half on the bench.
So here we go, Latvia in possession, second half. And the rebound by Randall. Now, amazingly, well, perhaps not amazingly, but it just so happens that Ukraine have an opportunity to take their first lead. Here's Randall. Vysenko being muscled out of the paint. And the rebound, first rebound of the second half by Darius Bertens. And the first foul of the second half is against Ukraine's number 15, that is Pablo Kutus. He's only played 2 minutes so far. 1 shot, no points against the Czech Republic. So this is his 3rd minute.
It's interesting that Krutis is playing. We barely said his name the entire first 4 days of this tournament.
Well, the attempted alley-oop is, let's say, way off. No backcourt there, good rescue. The big guy having to show us he can move his feet there on defense as well as offense, and the first foul of the second half is against Ukraine. And it's number 15, and we were just talking about Pablo Kutas, so he has actually troubled the scorer, but with a foul.
Less than a minute, he's already got 2 fouls. Maybe that's what he's in there for. Throw his body around, get some fouls.
Very patient and very good defense from Ukraine, and create the turnover.
Very, very good defense by Randall. He was all over Strelnick, trying to run the pick and roll, couldn't quite find the angle. And Randall, he's got to do a little more in this 3rd quarter. He had 4 points in the first half, a little anonymous. He's got to influence the game offensively and defensively.
Well, he picked his dribble there, was forced to. Vysenko inside. He's fouled. He'll go to the foul line again. Fouled by Martins Meyers.
Vysenko needs to teach young players how to use their feet in the post. He's like a dancer. He knows what he's doing as soon as he gets it. Over 7 feet, 300 pounds, but he can go left, he can go right. You saw in that situation, as soon as the ball was coming in, he knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to go baseline, and he forced the foul from Myers.
Again, he hits the first. And this for the lead. A The last 2 times he's been here, he's missed the second one. And he's done the same again. But they get the rebound and the 2, and amazingly, Ukraine go in front. Just listen to the crowd here in the Riga Arena doing their level best. And that will ease their tension somewhat. The score is now tied.
Great shot by Janet Chinooks. Remember in the first game against Belgium, he had a huge fourth quarter, including a 4-point play that turned that whole game around.
Oh, great steal. And another great steal as well by Randall, and the foul to stop the break. Well, not just quick of foot, Randall, quick of hand as well, quick of brain.
Well, that's what I like. Randall, he doesn't foul automatically on the fast break. He forces Strelnieks to make a decision, to make a play. Randall, the quicker guy, came away with the steal.
And here's Randall again. And there's a foul, I think it's Fishenko this time. Yeah, he was holding his man down. First foul, Fishenko.
He doesn't like it. Look at the facial expressions he's making. But he's played a really solid game here so far. And you wonder at what point you bring Berzin back in the game. Of course, he has 3 fouls, but when he was in there, played Fishenko very well early on.
Sixth man is doing a great job, the crowd. Well, Fishenko the rebound, there was a block shot there as well.
And Ukraine content, they don't need to run. Their half-court sets have been working for them. Force Latvia to play some defense.
The 3 is good, it's Ukraine by 3. That's Igor Zatsiev.
Yeah, he's struggled the first few games, but he can do a lot of things for this Ukrainian team. When he gets it going, he opens up everything for the other guys.
This is Ukraine's biggest lead, 3. That's good Dinar defense in there, and is that Fishenko again? No, it's not. It's Krutos, that's his 3rd foul in just over 3 minutes on the floor.
I'll tell you, he's getting his money's worth today, isn't he?
Well, he's making the scorer work.
And here's Berzin, checks back into the game. He's going to match up against Fishenko. Keep an eye on that matchup.
And what's more, Ukraine are in the penalty with a long, long time to go. Oh, great pass and a throw down. Wonderful pass. And throwing it down is Kaspars Berzins.
Throw it down. Look at that pick and roll move. Rotation is slow, straight to the rim. That's how you finish.
That woke the crowd up. Fishenko in the post, hooking his man, but he's going to go to the foul line again. And you know what he's asking the referee? Yeah, how many times are they going to foul me, ref, before you call it unsportsmanlike? And I think he's got a point.
I think he does have a point, but frankly, what else are you going to do in that situation? He moves so quick, his body's so big. Interesting that Berzin wasn't matched up against him. Latvia, they're going to have to double team down there. They're going to have to dig. They're going to maybe have to play a zone. They got to do something different because Fishenko is going to make a living at the free throw line.
And Emilio Perez, the lead referee, has just said, I know what's going on to Fishenko. He said, don't worry. Yeah, deep intake of breath. He's hit the first again. And this time he hits the second as well. Yeah, some Ukrainian fans here in Riga enjoying what they're seeing at the moment. Their team leading by 3. That free throw percentage may come back to haunt Ukraine, and there's a foul. And it's 2 shots.
It's our guy Krutis again, 4th foul in the quarter. He's getting his money's worth today, man. Didn't play hardly at all the first 3 games. He's he's going to get his name in the stat sheet one way or the other, isn't he?
He's saying, Coach, you don't put me on, I'm going to show you what I'm worth. I'll get us in the penalty very early. This time, it's Latvia's turn to miss from the foul line.
And Burton's, he hasn't done much so far in the second half. 9 points in the first half. He's got to get going. He's their go-to guy. Offensively, he can be an offensive reference.
But he gets the second to take Latvia within 2. Jerome Randall. Pashenko, are they going to foul him? No, they're not.
And that's good defense.
Yeah.
Because of the dig from the perimeter player, it threw him a little bit off.
That was a good no foul there. Oh, beautiful pass, and this time it is Pashenko who fouls. He took the fake, hook, line, and sinker. So that's only his second foul.
And the pick and roll between Strelnieks and Berzins, it's so effective, especially when you're going against Pashenko because he doesn't have the foot speed of some of the other guys. Strelnieks always has his head up, always knows where the other 4 offensive guys are. Now he comes out of the game, write this down, 5:36 in the third. Strelnieks is out of the game. How is Latvia going to be able to handle the ball and handle the pressure?
Kaspars Berzins on the foul line, averaging 10.3 points a game. And tonight, 6 so far. Yeah, the fans can see themselves up on the big screen above the court. This to tie the Berzins. It's 46 playing 46.
You see Randall with the ball. Now, I like the way he's played today. He hasn't scored much, but he's really ran the team well, made sure the right guys had the ball in the right situations.
And that's the right situation. Knocking an opponent over and then hitting the jumper.
Hey, as a point guard, you got to know when to call your own number as well. And there, he was feeling it. He's saying, hey, I haven't shot the ball a lot. I need to knock it down.
4 fouls. Someone has just picked up a technical. Yeah. Now, that was all because Jerome Randall bumped into a player who fell over. And then that player who fell over, remonstrating with the official for too long. It's a technical foul, so it's 1 shot and possession.
Remember, technical foul is a personal foul. That's his fault.
Yeah. Coach Lagatsis just...
And we see it over and over. Berzins finds a way to get himself into foul trouble. Berzins with 18 fouls already in 4 games. That's astonishing.
Well, Randall doesn't care about the technical foul. He says, I'll have the point, and we may get some more now as well. So this is a big play now. They've already got 3. They get another score here. Lipovi can't get it into Pashenko. Still can't. Oh, that is a massive play. That's 6 points without reply for Ukraine. The technical foul in the middle of that. That's huge. Well, actually, that's been given as a 2, so that's a 5-point play there. Well, we'll talk about 3. Well, we often talk about 3-point plays in basketball, 4-point plays occasionally, they're rare. 5-point plays, you don't see that very often at all. Jerome Randall went to the hoop, scored, then there was a technical foul. Randall hit from the foul line, that's 3 points. And then a long 2, which is very, very close to being a 3. That's 5 points without reply for Ukraine. Timeout now, Latvia. Latvia have led by 7 in this game. And until the second half, Ukraine never led. But now they lead by 5 with 5:04 to go in the third. Still a long way to go, remember. Ukraine looking for their first win in this Group D. Latvia looking to go 3-1. And the crowd trying to get behind their favourites now. You can always rely upon a Baltic state crowd.
Can't leave him alone. Ukraine got away with one there. Can never leave Blooms alone on the perimeter.
Perhaps he needs somebody in his face to score. Vashenko muscling his way in. Timmer has got his work cut out in there. Look at that battle in the post. Vashenko muscling his way in. And the hook shot is good. Wonderful play from a wonderful player.
Zaitsev starting to get rolling a little bit. You saw him hit it from outside before. Mismatch against Timma in that situation.
Blooms almost lost the dribble. Vashenko, yeah, a good no foul by Vashenko, but lovely soft touch off the glass.
Freeman, great move here against Vashenko. He knows Vashenko doesn't want to foul, goes right at him and lays it in.
Randall moves up for the jumper, and
that's
a nice move.
That is a gorgeous move.
Changed, didn't quite change hands in the air, but and the foul is a shooting foul.
You know, on the other end, that was a beautiful set run by Ukraine. It gave Randall a chance to run at the defense. He's so quick. When he gets ahead of steam, you can't stay in front of him. And then the right move to finish at the end. But remember, when he shoots on one end, nobody's getting back. Bertan saw that and went straight at the rim.
This Group D is boiling up to be very, very tense on day 5. Okay, this game has got a long way to go, but if Ukraine could win it, then it'll throw a spanner in the works. The team organisers. Remember what's at stake, a place in the last 16 in Lille. And 2 from 2, yeah, it's a 5-point game now.
Latvia here with some soft pressure, trying to break up the Ukrainian rhythm. And they're going to go right back to Vashenko.
And he loses the dribble. That's wonderful defense from Latvia. And did they get it on the break? They certainly do. So Vashenko loses it, and Latvia score. Timeout Ukraine. It's back to a 3-point game. Very patient defense there from Latvia, and Blooms on the break.
Great finish by Bloom. And we talked about it before. How tired is Vashenko? How long can you ride him? He's played a lot of minutes already. He played almost 24 minutes.
Look at him there on the bench. I would say the answer to his question is how tired is he? I'd say very.
You know, I think as long as he's not in foul trouble, they're going to ride him. They might give him a few minutes here towards the end of the third quarter, the beginning of the fourth, but he's their guy. You got to keep him on the floor.
Fast break points. Latvia having scored on the end of the break there through Yanis Blooms have made their fast break points 6 compared to 0 by Ukraine.
You know, there was a lot of criticism for Coach Merzens from Ukraine in the first 3 games, wondering why didn't he get Vashenko involved last time, his rotations, the way the team was playing. But I think he's been masterful so far today. They've had a game plan, they followed it perfectly. They've taken their time, got all the guys involved that they wanted to get involved, and they're winning by 3 points.
You never know. He may have thought, well, Vashenko can't play a lot of minutes in 5 games. But he's played a lot of minutes in this game. And the foul. Both teams in the penalty.
Here you see the move, good quick move. Forces a foul by Majerus. And you see him telling him, his coach, I know, my fault. Won't do it again, coach. And really, there aren't a lot of options inside for Latvia. That's their weakness. When Berzins goes to the bench, you do have Freemanis, you do have Majerus, but once they get into foul trouble, there's not a lot of other guys to come in.
Kornienko misses the first. Their foul shooting percentage may just come back to haunt them, as indeed it did for the Czech Republic. All those foul shots missed in a close game. Well, he missed them both. And Latvia nearly made a right hash of the rebound there. Oh, that's a great loose ball by Timofeyenko.
You see Bertens looking at the ref saying, hey, I got hit on the arm. You got to watch that.
Randall. And the rebound, again it's Vashenko getting the slightest little fingertip on it.
Well, that's a good strong move by Musula straight to the rim.
Oh, what a pick and roll again, and the dunk, and the bonus to come.
And talk about a good hard move straight to the rim. Freemanis attacks hard and throws it down. Here you see the pick and roll. The rotation is just far too late from Lepovi. Freemanis. Play of the game so far, if you ask me.
Oh, we've had a great game and 3 quarters so far here. The Riga Arena had a 2-pointer between Czech Republic and Belgium, and this is boiling up to be another one. 2:09 to go in the third, and it's just a 3-point game. It may soon be won with Roland Freemanis on the foul line.
The crowd just wants to get into this game so badly. You just wonder if Ukraine is going to start to wear down here in the last 12 minutes of the game.
Freemanis completes the bonus. It's a 2-point game. And again, Latvia making Ukraine take some time off the clock. That's 2 minutes of the third. Ukraine putting the ball on the floor an awful lot. That's way outside the arc. And the rebound and the foul. It's a shooting foul. And it's the big guy, Mushenko, who reached in and just listened to the reaction of the crowd. They're loving that call.
And look at the Latvian bench jump to their feet. Long miss there. Mushenko, silly foul. Give up the rebound. And then just swipes at the ball.
That's
no reason for
foul.
that.
Well, he's complaining bitterly, but it's not the smartest foul. Remember, he fouled out at a crucial stage against Lithuania. Ukraine lost that one by 1.
Freemanis has played big today. Little undersized against Vashenko, but he's held his own.
Well, he's equaling his tournament average so far. 7 points. 7.3 to be precise, and he stays on 7. So he managed to place for Unix Kazan in Russia. And he misses the second, and it was outside the cylinder, quite legal.
Smart play by Kornienko. Get it off the rim. Dangerous play, because if you tip it in, then it's 2 points.
Ukraine have not had an easy score for some time. They still haven't. And the rebound drops into the hands of Yanis Tima. And the foul, it's another shooting foul. And it's Timofeyenko again.
A good strong move by Bloom. Sometimes he'll settle for the long three. He doesn't settle because he's going to make it, but that time he went straight to the hole and forced the foul. There's few that shoot free throws better than Janis Bloom.
Kaspar Berzin back in for Latvia.
Is it too early to bring Berzins in this situation?
Freemanis is out for what I can only assume is an extended rest, extended break. He's only on 2 fouls. Yanis Blooms takes Latvia within 1. And he moves on to 9 personal. You don't expect a guy who can shoot threes like he can to miss from the foul line. And he duly complied there. Who's on for 10 points. The Latvian defense doing the job at the moment. And now a 3 relieves a bit of the pressure on Ukraine.
It's a great offense, one side to the other, pick and roll, ball fake inside, left the three-point shooter wide open.
Stops his first shot of the game. And a foul, it's a shooting foul again. And the last thing that Ukraine want is for Mishula to have a word with the official and pick up a technical.
I think Ukraine can't wait till this quarter is over, regroup a little bit, reset the team fouls, and get the right guys in there.
Gustav Yannichinuks back in for Latvia. Pained expression on the face of Yevgen Murazin, coach to Ukraine. Yanis Blooms again, it's just hit 2 from 2.
You know, and that's been the difference so far in this game. Latvia 11 for 14 from the free throw line. Ukraine 9 for 17.
It's almost money in the bank when Yanis Blooms is on the foul line. And Ukraine lead, but now by 1, having led by 6 not so long ago. And Latvia with an opportunity to take the lead at the end of the third. There's about a 1.5 second difference between game clock and shot clock as Coach Bogatsis issues instructions. Strelnieks at the point for Latvia. They want to make sure they take the last shot of the third period. 5 seconds. There it is. And it's good. Latvia take the lead. And it's Kristaps Yannichinuks again from the arc. That's a perfectly executed play at the end of the third. It's Latvia 62, Ukraine 60. Here we go. Here's that last play. The pass from Strelnieks. He finds Yannichinuks wide open. And it's all string. 62 plays 60. I think you can safely say that young lady enjoyed those 3 points.
And so many twists and turns in this game. It looked like Ukraine was beginning to take control. They went up big in the third, but then Latvia came right back. They were patient, they ran their sets, and you see the disparity of free throws there. 12 for 15, 9 for 17. That's really the difference so far.
Yeah, Ukraine have missed 8 points from the line, Latvia 3.
The turnover was very low, very well-played game. And you wonder at what point do you bring Pashenko back in the game? Is it worth resting him another 4 or 5 minutes?
And for that matter, Jerome Randall as well. He was out at the end there. Here he is.
Zaitsev as well. I mean, you know, this is the fourth quarter when it really comes down to coaching. When do you bring your big guns in?
Oh, that's a beautiful pick and roll. Absolutely sumptuous. There are 1 or 2 Ukrainian fans here in Riga.
We've seen some big-time plays in this game. Berzins, he's got to keep himself on the floor. He's got 4. You see Randall. He's played fantastic. For me, he's played his best game of the tournament. He hasn't scored as much, but Randall's run the team brilliantly.
So, 10 minutes remaining in this second game of day 4 here in Group D in Riga. Unless, of course, we have overtime. We've had no OTs yet in this group. We've had a couple of buzzer beaters, but no overtime yet.
Let's remember, if Ukraine wins, they're still in it. Czech Republic goes through. If Latvia wins, Ukraine is out. Everything's still to play for the other 5 teams.
Still no Pashenko, no Randall, and no three-pointer either for Ukraine.
It's a good shot. You like that. Come off, you're open, you run your offense. You just got to knock it down.
Blooms There's a holding foul in there. Yeah, that's not the most subtle foul I've ever seen. And that is Lukashov, his foul. Well, a key factor in that third period was those 4 fouls picked up by Pavlo Krutos right at the beginning of that period. I'm not sure that's a smart move from Ukraine, as Latvia take a 4-point lead now.
Well, you've got Latvians' first team essentially against a lot of subs for the Ukraine.
That's good defense again. They initially took the fake. Strelnieks, little pick and roll there, perhaps. No tip in either. Now that's almost a very, very good, in fact it is a very, very good hustle as well. Threw the ball against the opponent, and Vashenko is back in, as indeed is Randall.
Well, I was just gonna say, you gotta bring one of those guys in because there's no offensive reference. You can't wait till the game's over. Bring them in right now. Let them play the last 8:49. There's everything to play for. There's no tomorrow.
Assuming that is, Vashenko doesn't foul out. He's on 3. They get the ball inside to him. And they foul him, and they put him on the line. And that's Strelniek's foul. Or was it Timmer?
You don't need to overcoach in this situation. Throw it down to your big man, let him play. On the other end for Latvia, your guards are going, let them play.
It was indeed Timmer who picked up the foul. So Vashenko on the foul line again. I was almost going to say the umpteenth time, but he's been there many times tonight.
This will be his 11th free throw attempt.
Again, the first is good.
Now 7 for 11.
Missed the second again. And Latvia eventually get the rebound through Strelnieks. Timmer.
Good patience here by Latvia.
Well, good offensive glass, 1 against 3, and the 1 came out on top for Latvia. And another offensive rebound, and the foul. The foul is against Ukraine's number 13, Igor Zatsiev. Little push.
Both teams working so hard on the glass. Persians with 2 huge offensive rebounds. That's what they miss when he's on the bench and he gets himself in foul trouble.
4 fouls, Zatsiev. Kornienko replaces him. Such is the tension here in Riga. Timmer. Strelnieks. Yannichinuks. 3 on the shot clock.
Defense. Great defense by Vashenko.
Yeah, big man to shoot over the top. Oh, that was so close. The crowd, I tell you, the crowd. Yeah, the crowd said that's a backcourt ref. Randall inside, off the glass. Randall moves on to 11 points. It's back to a 1-pointer.
There's few players who split double teams as well as he does. He's so slippery. He's so good with the ball. He can go right between the double team, and there he was able to finish.
Yanis Blooms for no points. I'd like to see that possible backcourt violation there again, you know, because Randall scored off it. And Latvia foul. Now, tell me, Flinder, what's that black and white eye all about? I wasn't here when it happened.
Yeah, he hurt himself in practice the day before the first game. They didn't think he was going to play the first game. His eye got really swollen. He played the first game, wasn't very effective, and it's gradually gone down over the last 3 or 4 days. But for Latvia, they've gone away a little bit from what was working, moving the ball from side to side, pick and rolls. They're kind of settling a little bit for the outside shot, where Ukraine is now starting to find a little bit more rhythm.
Still a long, long time to go. Who's going to crack? Well, Ukraine are. Well, crack for an offense then anyway.
Gustavinov going straight at Berzins, trying to foul him out. But Berzins, he was smart that time. Both hands high in the air. No foul.
That's goaltending. It was inside the cylinder. If you get a replay of that, I think you'll clearly see. He's saying it was outside. It was coming out. I don't think it was Lushenko. Let's have a look.
And of course, the rule is
Once inside the cylinder, you can't touch it.
Exactly. And there's the best angle from there.
That's a brilliant angle. Great camera work.
Lushenko doesn't like it, but referee's right on top of it.
Lushenko. This is, and Latvia get on the break, and there's the foul to stop the break. Well, there must be 9,000 signals going up for an unsportsmanlike foul here, but no, it wasn't a breakaway, not quite.
Good strong move by Pashenko. Hasn't finished as well today as he has other games. 5 for 12 now from the field.
On that occasion, a smart foul from Randall. That's only his first. Stopping the break, stopping an almost certain two-pointer. And there's a certain three-pointer.
Big-time shot by Bertens, but you got to question Mashula. What are you doing going under the screen against a shooter like that?
The biggest lead we've had for a long time. Randall goes inside. The response is immediate. It's back to a 3.
Korniyenko. Ukraine needed that.
8.7 rebounds to Korniyenko. Well, I'm surprised they didn't go at Pashenko then. Another long 3, not this time. And the rebound by Pashenko.
A good team box out there, all 5 guys marking their man. The intensity has just picked up so much in this building in the 4th quarter. And there's the split of the double team.
Not this time. And the rebound was contested by the diminutive Randall there. With patience. Another 3-point attempt and another success, and Berzins again. The lead now 6.
And Pashenko is exhausted. He can't get there on the 3-pointer. He wants a timeout, he wants a break. He's not going to get it.
Korniyenko. Kozlovbanov. Good hands. Terrific hands there.
And the body language of Ukraine, they're starting to get frustrated looking at each other. They're only down 6 points.
Oh, good hands. Oh, pass just about got there.
Fast.
And the foul. Foul is Bertans. A lot of tired bodies out there, tired minds as well. Timmer coming back in for Latvia. And we have a timeout with Latvia leading Ukraine 72-66 with 4:32 to go in the 4th.
Больше движений с выходом. На полной скорости за словом проваливается и движение. Что играть?
Wonderful action here. Day 4 of Eurobasket. Second game of the day. We've had a close game already. And that was goaltending there. Kirill Fishenko. He had one earlier on, which was very close. The early one was outside the cylinder, quite legal.
I think I'm having more fun watching Fishenko's facial expression than anything else during this game. There you see John with the referee.
Yeah, without saying anything, he speaks volumes, doesn't he? Mayer's doing a good job out there.
This is a huge possession for Ukraine.
Mayer's. The three is good, huge, absolutely enormous.
Wow, ice in his veins. If he misses that, everybody's going to be saying, why didn't you throw it inside? Lepovi's been massive today, his 13th point.
This time, no goaltending. Fishenko. Here's Randall. Not again, surely. The foul. Foul is Freemanis. Freemanis, that's his third. Under 4 to go. And it's a 3-point game. Latvia just have the edge. And Latvia are now in the penalty. Randall into Fishenko. No dunk, but a nice soft touch. It's a 1-point game.
I'm not sure why Latvia keeps trying to double team Randall. He eats it up every time. He's so quick, so good with the ball. It opens everybody else up.
This is very patient play from Latvia. And the rebound.
Again, so many twists and turns in this game. We thought Ukraine was done. A minute and a half ago, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to take the lead.
Randall taking his time. Now they get it into Fishenko. Well, a long way from the hoop. 4 on the shot clock. You got to go up. Fishenko. There's the buzzer, and he fails to beat the shot clock buzzer.
It's difficult in this arena. The other guys on the team are trying to tell him the shot clock situation, but you can't hear anything over these Latvian fans.
Well, he had an opportunity to shoot a 3 with 2 seconds on the shot clock. I don't think I've seen him shoot a 3.
Well, if there ever was a chance to do it, that was
it, yeah.
He is gassed. He is absolutely exhausted.
What he needs now is a stoppage in play. The trouble is, oh no, Ukraine have still got a foul to give. There's one of them. That's a good foul by Randall. That's only his second. I don't think he meant he fouled for that particular reason, but he's given his teammate Fishenko a bit of a blow there. 72 plays 71 in his crucial Group D game. Even more crucial for Ukraine. They've got to win to stay alive. And there's a misunderstanding. The player who set the pick rolled with his back to the ball, didn't know it was coming.
Lepovi waving off Randall. He wants the ball. He wants to make the decision.
Oh, that was an open shot. Open shot for Kornienko.
And it's a good shot. It's the right shot. You just got to knock it down.
Timmer for 3. And, well, Kornienko made up for that missed shot a minute ago by grabbing a crucial rebound there. Here's Randall.
And Tima wants that one back just a little bit short. You could see him aiming it instead of letting it fly the way he did in the first quarter.
Randall is off at a screen. Little change of direction. The floating shot misses. And that's a 4-man rebound there from Latvia. They kept Fishenko off the glass.
Man, oh man, this last 45. Listen to this crowd.
No points in over 3.5 minutes for Latvia. Here's Timmer. Inside. And that's blocked with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
And that's great basketball. Great pass, great catch and control by Berzins, and then the block by Lepovi. Wow, excuse me, by Kornienko. What a block with the left hand. Otherwise, that's 2 points.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Yannick Chinooks has come back in for Latvia. Out of bounds end line. Who's going to take the shot? who's going to catch the ball. Referee just sorting out any off-the-ball defense there. 3 seconds on the shot clock. There it is. For the miss. And Timmer the rebound, and he's missed twice. And Randall rescues it, and it's in the hands of Timmer. And now Ukraine have the ball.
Latvia's going to be kicking themselves. Bertens missed twice. Randall, though, pulling up limp here. Looks like he's okay.
65 seconds remaining in the fourth. Randall goes inside and gets his shot blocked, and Vashenko is fouled. He's got 2 foul shots, and he picks Randall off the floor. You're right, Linda, he's limping. Randall trying to walk it off.
Referee's really letting him play here. You see Randall going to the hole, lot of contact, no foul. But if you're going to send anybody to the line, if you're Latvia, send Vashenko to the line. 7 for 12 so far today.
$20 points, 10 rebounds. Kirilo, Vashenko, it's tied. 52 seconds. This for the lead. Ukraine hit the front.
Showing no signs of fatigue on that shot. And if you're Latvia, do what you did before. Move the ball from side to side and get a pick and roll or an open 2-pointer.
The 2 is good. The lead goes back to Latvia.
Janet Chinnick, he is their clutch guy. He did it in the first game against Belgium.
Time out
Here he is late in the game. 1 dribble pull-up.
And that's
Beautiful.
11 points now to Janichuk. And look at the celebration on the Latvia. Look at Janice Blooms there, number 7. Celebrating as though they won the game, but there's still 40 seconds remaining. And it's Latvia 74, Ukraine 73.
Now, if you're Ukraine, you're out of timeout. So there's really just 2 options here. You go 2-man game at the top of the key with Vashenko or Randall, or you pound it in to Randall down low and let him, to Vashenko down low and let him create or let him score or force the foul. There's really little else you should do in this situation. Get your shooters on the perimeter.
There's Jerome Randall, 11 points, 5 assists. Yannick Chinooks, 11 points, 4 rebounds. But 74 plays 73 with 40 seconds remaining in regulation. Latvia by 1.
And for Latvia, the key here is box out. Box out, rebound, control the ball, and stay in front of Randall.
And don't foul that guy. The front court possession for Ukraine. Vashenko has come a long way to get it. Now Randall has it.
2-man game here.
Into Vashenko. Vashenko inside for nothing. He missed. And it's Latvia stepping out of bounds. So possession with a new 14 to Ukraine.
Ukraine got exactly what they wanted. Vashenko backing Bertens down. He had 4 fouls. He just couldn't quite make the layup. But Ukraine now with the ball, 14 on the shot clock.
And 23 and a half left in regulation.
I think this is the situation. You give it to Randall, pick and roll, let him do his thing. He's going to create for somebody.
There is a differential of nearly 10 seconds between game and shot clock at the end of regulation.
Remember, both teams in the bonus here.
And Vashenko is just pointing to the official saying, someone hit my arm then, ref. Everyone looking up at the big screen above us. Inline ball.
I don't think
Ukraine.
Vashenko thinks he's ever missed a shot. He always thinks he's fouled.
And here he is. Randall. And the foul. It's a shooting foul.
Janicinic's looking on in disbelief, but looked like a clear foul. And that was good offense from Ukraine. Lipovi, who was 3 for 3 from three-point range, you've got to respect it. Janicinic's ran out there.
Yeah, what? How on earth is Janicic contesting that foul?
Clearly hit him with the legs as he jumped across.
So 2 shots.
Needless to say, these are huge.
It's tied. Alexander Lipovi.
And he's been fantastic all game long.
This for the lead. Richie Julie gets timeout Latvia. It's tied. Sorry, it's 75-74. Ukraine by 1. 15.7 seconds remaining. And Latvia will come out of their timeout with possession in the front court. What is Coach Bagatsis drawing up here for a 15-second play?
Well, if you're Latvia, what do you do in this situation? You see the free throw percentage. You've got Strelniks, he's fantastic with the pick and roll. You've got Janicic, he's your clutch player. Bertens has had a big game, he's had 17. I think you've got to run Bertens off some screens, get him the ball. He's had 17, he's your hot hand. If he doesn't have anything, bring a pick and go two-man game. But if you're Latvia, you've got a lot of options. You've got three good perimeter players who can all create, who can all score.
Both teams in the penalty. 15.7 seconds remaining in regulation. Ukraine lead by 1. So Latvia in the front court will inbound. They have 15.7 seconds remaining.
The question is here, do you wait till the end of the clock to shoot? Or do you go early and try and get an offensive rebound? If you miss, you foul, and then you have a second chance. I think you've got to go early here. You've got to go in the first 5 or 6 seconds.
Latvia inbound.
There's Bertens, one-on-one. Too long, too long.
And the shot goes up and out. And that should be it. Unless that goes in, it missed. And Ukraine get their first win. They win 75-74. Ukraine are still alive.
What an incredible game. We've had some good games here, but I got to tell you, there were more twists and turns in that one. Ukraine, they're far from out of it. They've got a chance to advance with that win. Czech Republic goes through, the first team from the group through. Latvia is far from safe. Every other team in the group has got to be sweating because Ukraine, they've now got a shot to move to the final 16, and a legitimate shot the way they played today.
Ukraine have still got to play Belgium. And Belgium are 2-2, remember. Ukraine are 1-3. So Vashenko there celebrates, and why not? 21 points, 10 rebounds, and he stayed on court. And believe it or not, he was on court for 35 minutes, the big guy.
Wow.
The big guy that we were led to believe he's out of condition. Ukraine have beaten Latvia 75-74. There are the stats. Vashenko, look at that double-double. Randall, 5 assists.
And tip of the hat to Randall, his best game of the tournament. He didn't score as much as he had in the last games, but he ran the team beautifully, kept the game plan that Coach Murzin drew up, and Ukraine played about as good as they could have played today, and Latvia's got to be sweating. They're going to have their hands full tomorrow if they're going to make the final 16.
Well, we've had 2 cracking games already today. 1 2-pointer and 1 1-pointer here. Watching highlights of the game. And,
that's the missed free throw rebound by Vashenko. That's just inexcusable if you're Latvia. There you see Janichenix knocking out the outside shot. A lot of great plays, a lot of good highlights. Very well played game of basketball, not a lot of turnovers. And both teams followed their game plan.
Well, we've got a stunned crowd here at the Riga Arena. They're disappointed that their team still have a possible qualification situation. They could go to Lille still, but they're 2-2. But the fact is that Ukraine are still just alive, 1-3.
And that's going to be a huge game tomorrow. Ukraine and Belgium, everything to play for. How quickly things turned. Belgium thought they were safe this morning. They thought they were going to come back with a victory. They didn't. Czech Republic won that game by 2 points. And now Belgium is sweating to get into the next round. Oh my goodness. The group of parity.
Yeah, Czech Republic are 3-1 now. And we've got one more game to come tonight. As tight as this, we're going to be nervous wrecks. Remember, Estonia tonight play Lithuania. And if we can bear the tension, we'd love to see you watching that last game. And we're going to take a well-earned break here in the Riga Arena with a reminder that Ukraine have got their first win of this Group D. They've beaten Latvia 75-74. We'll see you later.
3 points, 3 punti Maxim plus 1 number. General Randall. Maxim. Kirillov